My friend from Belize City is coming over for a day to the island, and I want to show her the top 3 things I think she needs to see in the island that you don't normally see online. All right, let's go see if she's come already. Hey, love.
Hey.
Nice to see you again. So guys, this is my friend Almira. We had a fantastic day at the Belize Museum. If you like to see that video, I will leave that in the descriptions below in her channel so you can check it out. But now, Almira, I have 3 things that I think you need to do here in the island. Are you ready?
Yeah.
All right, let's go. Come on, let's go. All right, so hold on. Before we go in, you gotta know that this place here, now we have so many coffee shops in the island that you can get coffee on almost every corner. But if you want the best coffee in the island, you gotta come to Caye Coffee.
Let's see. Let's check it out.
All right. Go in.
Doing great.
I have my friend here from Belize City, and I promised her, well, I told her I was gonna show her the best the island has to offer. And of course, we gotta come for coffee, right? To start the day right off. So what will you want?
Frozen coffee. That's all I ever want to drink. So, you have that? Yes. Yes.
And I'll get separately, I'll get an iced latte. And you know exactly what I want, right?
With almond?
Of course, almond milk. You see, that's one of the best things that I like about here, is that I walk in, and our Sally and the next girl, they already know my order. So that's when you know you've come to a place a lot.
Sounds like you've been here a lot. Yep.
Yep, absolutely. And the next thing too as well is that they sell not just the prepared coffee, but they also do the ground coffee. So I can come here and I can buy my dark roast, my light roast, whatever I like, and I can get it either grind or with the bean, but I don't have the machine, so I get the grind one.
Look how yummy. Okay.
Thank you. So I want you to try it out and let me know what you think.
Okay, let's see.
Good?
Yeah,
I like it.
I like it. I like it.
Thanks, Araceli.
Oh, man.
Mr. Paul is the guy who runs this place. Let's check it out. Hey, Mr. Paul.
Hey Joe, I'm just in the middle of roasting here. Come on over. Oh, we got a big order from one of our hotel clients, so we're going to be roasting 300 pounds today.
300 pounds. Damn. Wow. You look busy. What you doing here right now?
So what this is here is basically our recipe, or what they call a profile. So when I make the certain light roast or dark roast, I want to be consistent. I always want the dark roast to taste same. I always want the light roast to taste same. So I follow these profiles minute by minute to make sure that it cooks evenly, so I get that consistent coffee.
And how long does it usually take about to do those 300 songs?
Roughly, 300 pounds will take me about 4 hours.
4 hours.
It's about 20 minutes of roast, and then I got some time in between, and we got to watch to make sure it cools properly and before we grind it and pack it.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, that's awesome. So this is Almira.
Hi, nice to
Nice
meet you, Mr. Paul.
Nice to meet you. How's your coffee?
Oh, it's great.
That's good.
I'm almost done, actually.
That's what we need. We'll have to get you another one then.
Oh, yay! Let's go.
Tell Almira a little bit more about what you do here, because I tell her how much I love this coffee and how much I do it. Give us a little background on you and the shop.
Okay, well, we've been here about just under 12 years, and we bought it from a previous owner from Canada as well. We're from Canada, we quit our corporate jobs because we thought we'd love to live in San Pedro and decided that roasting coffee would be something fun to do.
Did you ever do anything about coffee before?
No, no, it was really interesting when we first moved here. I had never roasted coffee. We worked in manufacturing, and I did a lot of work working with manufacturing companies, fixing their processes. So I always thought I could make anything. So when I got here, coffee and coffee beans was all new to me. It was kind of scary, but we figured it out pretty quick.
You did?
Yeah.
Nice. And how have you seen the business go so far for 12 years?
Well, what's really interesting here is,
Coffee, and how about coffee?
well, I think the reason we selected Belize was that Belize was not known. From North America, when you talk about coffee, other countries in Central America, Guatemala, Nicaragua, El Salvador, Panama, they're all known to have some kind of coffee production. So when we saw that this place was for sale, we didn't hear anything about Belize coffee. So we thought, well, let's check it out, and maybe we can, put Belize on that map and make some coffee in Belize. So it seemed like a good opportunity for us, and we had kind of a niche business that already existed but was closed down. And we thought, well, let's see if we can't revive it and make some really good coffee and put Belize on the map.
That's awesome. And what are the kind of coffees that you do?
Well, we actually buy what they call a single source, one bean, and we buy it from one of the top plantations in the world in Antigua, Guatemala. So Guatemalan high elevation beans, green beans, are ranked in the industry the best beans you can buy. There was another company that manufactures in Belize that pretty much takes all the volume of Belizean grown beans. So we had to outsource the beans, but we ended up getting a very good quality bean. We also upped it. Most people buy a commodity grade bean. We actually use a premium grade bean. So we pay a lot more for the green bean. I believe, being in manufacturing the whole life, I call it Belizean coffee because I have to do something to that Guatemalan bean. And the fact that I'm here in the different environment, humidity, temperature, barometric pressure, means I have to roast unconventionally. Compared to how most people roast. It takes me longer because the humidity is kind of a rough idea. But we figured out how to do that, and I think we figured out how to actually maximize the flavor out of that really good bean, and I think that's why our coffee's become really popular.
Yeah, because on my while, I had the light roast, the front street, but I felt it was a bit, different. And then Marcy explained to me that if I like more of a lighter, more, done flavor, basically, that I should go for the darker roast. And I've started to have dark roast ever since. I haven't stopped yet.
Most people think when they hear light roast that it's not as strong or the flavor is not as good. The reality of the situation is it's all about the moisture in the bean. And when you do a light roast, you take it out earlier than a dark roast. It retains some of the natural moisture in the bean. And what that is a little bit higher in acidity, and it retains some of the caffeine. That moisture is where all the caffeine and the coffee flavor exists. If you look at the green bean over here, you want to just grab a couple of those green beans. So when you look at that, until it actually gets roasted, these just are really hard like stones, and they lock in all the moisture. So all that caffeine and coffee flavor is in the moisture contained within the bean. Think of it like popcorn. When you roast it at 420, it hits 428 degrees, it's going to pop like popcorn. It's going to crack. It's what we call first crack.
Yeah.
That's typically where you want to take out a light roast.
Yeah, the first crack.
Because it's going to retain some of that moisture and natural flavor and acidity of the natural moisture of the bean. Dark roast, you're actually taking it to what we call second crack at 442 degrees roughly Fahrenheit. And sorry.
It's all right. Do your thing.
That's okay. So at second crack, you've basically cooked out almost all of the moisture. And as it tumbles inside the drum while it's roasting, it's cooking that moisture on the outside of the bean. So you're going to get a more a bold coffee flavor, and there's actually less caffeine because we've cooked that moisture out. So there's less caffeine in a dark roast. Don't kid yourself, our dark roast has lots of caffeine in it. Our light roast has more. So the light roast, it's funny how people who like to wake you up, kick you in the head coffee to wake up in the morning, they should be drinking the light roast because it's got more caffeine. Most people think it's the other way around. And then the dark roast is for the people, and that tends to be more the trend. You can hang on to those. Tends to be more the trend in the coffee drinker today is they prefer the more bold coffee flavor, which is typically leaning towards the dark roast.
Well, this is great, but I don't want to keep you up, so
That's okay.
we'll get going.
All right.
Hopefully you finish those for 300 pounds, right?
300 pounds. We do about, in high season, we do upwards of 1,500 pounds a week.
Wow.
Yeah. We service about 600 hotel rooms daily here on the island.
Yeah.
We have about 150 recurring online customers that order routinely. So
Yeah, and it's no, you could keep that as a souvenir. No, and you know what's funny? It is true because I have a client. I don't know if you know Mr. Dwight.
yes,
Yeah, right. He buys
he's
so
a
much.
Belizean who lives in Florida. I think he's a doctor.
Yeah,
isn't he?
he's a doctor.
He's a doctor in Florida.
Yeah.
He buys a lot of my coffee just to take back, so he has it for several months in Florida because that's all he wants to drink.
And he tells me whenever I have guests come in and they takes my coffee, they automatically want coffee, so I got bags to give them too as well.
Well,
So
it's really nice that, when we first started, it was mostly only tourists that knew about us. But now, in the last couple of years, I think we got a new generation of Belizean coffee drinkers, so we're getting a lot more locals that are discovering our coffee and coming in every day to get coffee. So that's really what we wanted to do, was sort of make a name for coffee in Belize.
and question, do you know off of the top of your head a couple shops in the island that sell your coffee?
Oh, there's lots.
There are lots?
Kmart, Beach Basket, a new place up north by Capricorn, Palm Market, Walmart, Supervise, all the Supervise stores carry it.
And how about
There's a
coffee shops
lot.
that prepare the coffee?
Coffee shops, we also had several. If you go to probably the most popular Belize place, breakfast place on the island, Estelle's,
Yeah.
they serve our coffee. All of Mahogany Bay coffee is Caye Coffee. Actually, they were our first customer, and they hadn't even opened. So they bought our coffee when Rum and Mean opened there. Ramon's has the only, that I know of, actual certified baristas that make coffee. They've invested a lot of money in their specialty coffee bar at Ramon's called Tropicals. Trained guys. They only use our backstreet dark roast to make their coffees. It's kind of a showcase place. On a nice day, you want to sit out by the beach, by the pool, go to Ramon's and have a coffee. You won't be disappointed.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
And a lot of hotels, all the Sandy Point hotels, several other hotels. Royal Cahal, the new hotel, just came on board. They'll be putting our coffee in all the rooms and serving it in their restaurant. I think they opened a coffee shop.
Yeah, I've been there. Yeah, they told me they were using your coffee. All right, Paul. Well, thank you very much for all this info. We'll see you around.
Well, I appreciate you guys coming in, and thank you for drinking Caye Coffee.
Absolutely.
I appreciate it.
All right.
All right,
Have a good one.
You too.
Hope you enjoyed part 1 of my 3-part A Day in the Island series. If you'd like all the information for Caye Coffee, all the information for Caye Coffee will be in the descriptions below. Additionally, I have exciting news. I'm opening a San Pedro Ski Belize Facebook group that will be a community-centered location for you to get updates, recommendations, inquiries, share your personal island stories. It will be a community-focused group. The link to that group will be in the descriptions below. I'd appreciate it if you'd go and join. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification button so that you don't miss out on the next update for this series. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you on the next one.